Greetings from the day. I am Anchor Monica Tiwari Mishra from All About Skin Wellbeing. I am sure all of you must be keeping good health. We all know taking good care of your skin is important for more than just your appearance. As the largest organ, your skin becomes the most essential to your overall health. A fungal infection is very common on your skin or nails. Fungal infections or mycosis are diseases caused by fungus, which can be called as yeast or mold. Mild fungal skin infection can look like a rash, can be itchy and annoying too. So let's connect today with our skin expert, Dr. Soumya Dogiparathi, live from Chennai, to enlighten us on the topic fungal. Dr. Soumya is MBBS MD Dermatology, Venereology, and Leprosy dermatologist, cosmetologist. She has more than 9 years of clinical experience in the field of medicine. She completed her post graduation in the reputed medical college in Chennai. Following post graduation, she pursued fellowship in cosmetology from Stanley Medical College and also a short fellowship course in aesthetic dermatology from Germany. Today, Dr. Soumya will share with us on fungal. Hello, doctor. How are you? We welcome you.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you so much for the introduction. So, hi, everybody. This is Dr. Samyak from Chennai. So let's get into fungal infections. So, this is a summer season. So, when it comes to summer, you sweat a lot. And due to the
Yes.
humidity and due to the sweat, what happens is fungus starts replicating in the season. So you see a lot of fungal infections in the form of itching patches or non-itchy patches that only cause discoloration on the skin. So itchy patches are called as ringworm infection, and non-itchy patches are called as pityriasis versicolor or tinea versicolor, where the color change is there on the skin but no itching symptoms. So these are
Okay.
the two common fungal infections that you will face in the season.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So let's start with the question answers. My first question to you is how to take care of fungal infection and how to tackle the same.
Okay, first, it's not about take care of the fungal infection. First, we need to diagnose it as a fungal infection. See, we
Okay.
cannot assume by looking at Google or internet saying that, okay, Instagram videos, oh, this is what I have as a fungal infection. First, get yourself examined by a dermatologist. Let the
Mhm.
dermatologist confirm that it is a fungal infection. Do not do self treatment. First, identification matters. Once identification has been done, see, from our side, from a doctor's perspective, we give antifungal tablets, oral antihistamines, which are to reduce the itching, and topical antifungal medications like a lotion or a cream form, and a antifungal soap also to make the disease activity stop and make the fungus die and make the disease go away, the fungal
Oh,
infection as such to go away. This is from our side, which is 60% of the treatment. Then comes 40% of the treatment from the patient side. What is the first rule? Understanding your prescription,
yes.
following the instructions on the prescription. It's not just consulting the doctor, utilizing the prescription properly, following what the doctor has told you. When did they tell you to take the medicine? Following the prescription properly, adhering to it matters. Next
Mm-hmm.
is your hygiene. So we just spoke about humidity. Humidity aggravating the fungus. So make sure you take bath 2 times daily, morning once and evening once, so that you rinse off the sweat and other fungal and bacteria on your skin so that more infection does not take place. Okay, and make sure you know that body heat increases the fungus. So
Yes.
make sure you eat hydrated items, like make sure you eat fruits regularly, drink at least 2 liters of water,
Mm-hmm.
and eat on time. Do not starve yourself. Morning, your breakfast should be done by 8:30. Your lunch should be done by 1 o'clock, and your dinner preferably before 8 o'clock. 8:30, 8 o'clock, make sure your dinner is done. So when you do this properly, your metabolism is also good. The medicines you take also work properly, because you sometimes these medicines need food inside the body. So if you're
Yes.
starving and taking medicines alone, do not expect the medicine to give you results. And
Mm-hmm.
make sure oily foods, dairy products are avoided as much as possible, because in turn that can also increase a lot of body heat, and make the fungus replicate.
Mm-hmm.
So all this compulsory, protocols do matter. Wash your clothes separately. So make sure when you're washing your clothes, everything is separate. Your bedspread should be changed 2 times once or 3 times once there's a fungal infection. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and hot dry, like heat dry your clothes. Make sure once it's rinsed, you put it in a good balcony area or in a terrace where there's a lot of sun exposure on the skin, on the clothes, so
Or
that
the clothes.
the fungus dies on the clothes. So make sure and wear cotton clothes. The more like cotton clothes in the summer season, the better, so that the sweat is not retained inside. And light color clothes, as we all know, is preferable in the summer season, and a little loose. The more looser your clothes are, the better ventilation is, and not too much humidity stays back inside on your skin.
Yes. So you have explained us very nicely that what should we do and what not should do. So, what's the first step a doctor prescribed or a doctor asked a patient to take, and what is the treatment of fungal infection?
See, to treatment of the fungal infection varies from different medications, from itraconazole to cruciofulvin to terbinafine. So it's tailor made according to your fungus, how long your fungus has been there on your body, how, like, what all previous treatments have you taken, because sometimes there's something called drug resistance. So no
Yes.
matter what we prescribe, there'll be some resistance taking place. So why is that resistance happening? So all this you have to analyze. So this only happens in person when we are looking at a patient and understanding what kind of fungal infection they have. How long do they have it? Any other comorbidities, like do they have diabetes? Do they have any kidney problem, any liver problem? Because we need to consider what medicines will suit them, right? So each treatment is tailor made according to the patient's needs and
Mm-hmm.
given what situation is the patient in. Because sometimes when somebody has kidney or liver problem, there is a medicine called itraconazole I cannot give them. So in that
Mm-hmm.
situation, what else can I give them? So I need to understand what is their internal system like in order to give systemic therapy. So systemic therapy is just not like doctor naming, oh, doctor just told me itraconazole. I think I have a ringworm infection. Let me go to a nearby pharmacy and ask them for itraconazole. It doesn't work that way. I am not
Mm-hmm.
liable for whatever I say, and it's not targeted towards you. This is general
Yes.
educational discussion, not something to take home and say, I can use this, I can use that. So
Yes. Yes.
what you have depends on how your doctor sees you, what they decide for you is what is good for you.
Yeah. So the treatment varies from person to person, which
Absolutely,
has been explained.
absolutely.
Yes. Yes. So everybody says that if you are taking any kind of treatment, you should take some kind of antibiotics also with them if you are using any kind
No,
of gel or anything. So what
no, there's no.
antibiotics is fungal infection? Yes.
See, you need to understand fungus is different, bacteria is different. Bacteria causes boils, fungus
Mm-hmm.
causes rashes. So why would
Mm-hmm.
you want to give an antibiotic in a fungal infection? Would be my next question. You don't need
Yes.
antibiotics or not for fungal infection unless there's a secondary infection taking place. Let's say patient had fungus for 4 months, they neglected it, and even bacteria started overgrowing on their skin. That is when I
Mhm.
need to give antibacterials, not on a regular time. When it's a fungus diagnosis, you need antifungals, not antibacterials.
Yes, of course. You have explained it very nicely, ma'am. The next question is, what is the most serious fungal infection? There must be various types, but what is the most serious with?
See, there's nothing called serious fungal infection. It is not like a cancer or something like that. You mean widespread fungal infection when it's
Okay.
extensive. Somebody who has neglected it for a long time. Obviously, fungus is contagious, so it spreads all over the body.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes if somebody has HIV or any immunocompromised state, that time the fungus is even more widespread because there's immunity that is low, which is a pathway for the fungus to grow even more. So that is called severe fungal infection. There is not serious fungal infection. Widespread, that is
Okay.
what we call. So more than 30% to 40% of the body surface area is covered via fungal patches, itching, scaling, and secondary infection, oozing is coming. So this is when it is also infected with bacteria. So this is when you ask me that question, can we give antibiotics? Now you can give antibiotic coverage also because there's overlying bacterial infection over the fungal infection.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of
So
course, ma'am.
fungus,
Many.
yeah. So it takes around, if you ask if there, how long will a widespread fungal infection take time to go away? It takes
Mm-hmm.
minimum 3 to 4 months for a widespread fungal infection to go away. A simple one patch of a fungal infection should go away within the next 4 weeks or 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, many viewers are there with us, and they also wants to
Yes,
ask some question. Firoz
sure,
Khan is there.
definitely.
Yeah, Firoz Khan is there, and he's asking, is it true that natural remedies can cure all fungal infections?
You try it and you tell me, then I will know the answer to the question. No, there is no, see, without a medical intervention, you cannot do natural remedies and cure because fungus has to die. Can a natural remedy kill the fungus? No, right? So natural remedies might reduce the activity of the fungus, not completely make the fungus go away. What are your natural remedies? Reducing your body heat, drinking a lot of fluids, eating a lot of fruits, making sure you don't eat too much oily foods. That is called natural remedies. If you leave the fungus just like that without taking a medicated treatment, it just keeps spreading. It's not going to go away. It
Many
is
people
not,
start using
unfortunately.
some creams or some antiseptic creams on the fungal infected area. Is this right, or we should immediately go to the dermatologist?
See, each one is an expert in their own field. So if you have a heart problem, if your chest is paining, you will definitely go to a cardiologist, right? So when it
Yes.
comes to this, if you have a throat pain, you will go to a ENT doctor. So similarly, you need to go to, when the skin is involved, it's always better to consult a skin doctor because they're expert in their field. You can consult a normal physician, a
Mhm.
MBBS doctor or a general physician can be consulted. I'm not saying no because all of us have medical knowledge. But a dermatologist has taken time in their life, in his or her life, to study specifically only about the skin and the hair. So their
Yes.
expertise are the skin and the hair. So when you have the feasibility to go to a dermatologist, I would rather go to a dermatologist and trust them in order than go to a general physician experiment and them not knowing what exactly to give and then burning your money over there and then coming to a dermatologist and saying that I've used all these creams, no response. That's because you've used the wrong creams. You need to use the right creams according to your fungus. We will know what to give for your type of fungus.
Yes, yes, of course. Ma'am, one more thing happens that if we have taken the whole treatment, the fungal infection has been gone, but it comes again and again, it occurs. So,
That
what's
is
the
what.
reason
See,
behind it?
that's the reason. That is what is called resistance. So, in case your treatment protocol was not proper, and you did not take it for the given amount of time period, it can
Mm-hmm.
replicate again. Or let's say you're in your house, it's like, let's say you're touching a remote or something like this. So you have
Mm-hmm.
fungal infection active and you're touching this, your fungus is going sitting on this a paper holder. So on this
Uh-huh.
paper holder the fungus is there. So later on, after 2 3 weeks, I'm touching this paper holder. Am I not getting my fungus transmitted to me again? Because I didn't clean this paper holder. I forgot to clean the objects in my house. So
Mm-hmm.
recurrence can take place like that. And usually most common fungal infections are tinea glutei, which is basically
Mm-hmm.
the buttocks having the fungal infection. That is mainly because of Western toilets in public areas. We use the toilets without cleaning them. So when you
Mm-hmm.
squat on the toilet, you are getting the fungal infection from the toilet seat. So
Yes.
hence like that. So make sure, see, always when it comes to restrooms, the Indian style toilets are much better because you're
Mm-hmm.
not having your skin directly in contact to the commode. Whereas Western
Mm-hmm.
style, it's comfortable for us and the commode is in contact with our skin. We do not know previously who sat on the commode and what infection they carried. So
Yes.
that is the problem over here. Fungus is contagious. It's easily catchable.
Yes, of course, we should take care of it so that it doesn't come again and again. We should clean
So
our house
hygiene
also.
matters. Hygiene and cleanliness
Yeah,
matters.
the hygiene matters. Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes, yes, of course, ma'am. Can we stop taking antifungal treatments in between if the symptoms are getting better?
See, one thing is
Or
the
before
course should
stopping
be
it, we should discuss with dermatologist.
the course should be completed. Without completing the course, given course, it's not going to die completely because it all depends on how much fungus is involved in your body. So depending on how much
Mhm.
of the body surface area is covered with fungal infection. So if it's a larger surface area, obviously it'll take 2 to 3 months to completely go away. So you might be getting better in 3 weeks. It doesn't mean that it's completely died. So you would want to finish the course so that you're completely free from the fungus.
Mhm. Yes, of course, we should complete the course. Not in this only, in every course which we are taking, any prescription we are taking, we should complete the whole course also.
Absolutely. Always
Ma'am, now my
complete the
next question.
course. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. My next question to you is: during pregnancy, also people faces this kind of issues, fungal
Yes. So
infections of
during
if any kind of.
pregnancy, yeah, see, during pregnancy, unfortunately, your baby is more important than your skin right now. So during pregnancy, we do
Yes.
not suggest taking oral antifungals. We only give topical antifungals, and topical antifungal soap will be given. So unfortunately, the patient just has to manage it with the topical medications and the soap because pregnancy, the baby is more important than any other health issue that is taking place.
Yes, 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 for sure, ma'am. Akansha Puri is there, and she is
Yes.
asking, can eating sugar cause yeast infections?
See, sugar does not cause a fungal infection. When you eat a lot of sweets and oily foods, your fungal infection gets aggravated because what did I tell you? Your body heat increases. When body heat
Mm-hmm.
increases, the fungus starts replicating. So when the
Yes.
fungus gets replicated, it's going to spread more. When it spread more, it's a burden for you because you're going to transmit to your family members also. So my suggestion would be once there's a fungal infection on your skin, it's better to stop oily foods and fatty foods for your safety for the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks, depending on how widespread the fungal infection is.
Yes, ma'am. And Kelan Singh is there, and he's asking, can fungal infections be passed to pets?
Of course, you can. Even pets get fungal infection. So these fungal infections are not human transmitted. They're animal
Mm-hmm.
transmission fungal infection. The treatment is the
Okay.
same. But yes, from a pet, you can get a fungal infection.
Okay, so the fungal infection can be transmitted to pets also, but the type is different. A Raju is there, and he is
Type
asking, how do fungal infections affect people with weakened immune system?
That's why I told you, no, it's more widespread. So it's more
Mm-hmm.
severe, like more widespread it'll be. So it'll be like their whole skin is like peeling, itching. So that is called a widespread fungal infection. It'll be in larger surface area of the body.
Okay. Ma'am, hygiene always matters. So, would you like to give any tips to maintain the hygiene so that we can get prevented from fungal?
Always, no matter what the season is, I would suggest take bath 2 times daily. Let it be winter, let it be autumn, let it be summer or fall. Please take bath
Mhm.
2 times daily so that your sweat glands are cleansed. Your underarms, your like near your groins, your chest area. It literally bathing 2 times cleans that area so that you're not harboring a playground for any of infections to grow. Let it be a bacterial infection, let it be a fungal infection. So whatever infections are out there will not be replicating due to the unhygienic conditions. And make
Mhm.
sure you drink at least 2 liters of water per day because the more hydrated you are, the better your body heat is reducing and none of these infections will stay in our body permanently. And make sure you eat a healthy diet. I told you, eating on time compulsorily matters. When you eat on time, you keep everything away. So make sure you eat on time, eat healthy, and include fruits, nuts, healthy foods in your diet. The more healthier your diet is, the better your lifestyle is also.
Yes, of course, ma'am. Ma'am, one more thing. You have already explained us that we should keep our clothes in heat so that we can get prevented from being skin tight. So, would you like to say that how frequently we should change our bed sheet also so that we
See,
can be.
our bedspreads always generally without any infection weekly twice is good. Okay.
Okay.
with any of these infections, I would say at least weekly 3 times you keep washing it.
Okay.
Or 2 weeks
Free.
if you're a very clean person, you don't have any infections at home, you're clean, your house is very clean, then
Mhm.
2 weeks once you can change, that's acceptable.
Okay, okay. Thank you for the answer, ma'am. Afreen is there with us and she's asking, is it safe to ignore mild infections?
See, always catch everything in an early stage.
Mm-hmm.
Never have a sorry face in a later stage. When you catch something in an early stage and get it treated, isn't it beneficial for you? It's beneficial for you, right? It's not going to be beneficial for me. It's you who has it. So you need to prioritize what is required. You want to be taking care of your health earlier, rather take care of your health earlier than later and be sorry about it.
When one person can think that this is the right stage to reach the doctor, or what symptoms people should not ignore during this situation?
See, it's not about what ignore, what stage and what to ignore. It's basically you need to understand you want to take care of your health as a see. I always, it's not that I'm a doctor, I'm saying this. Personally, I always feel your self confidence starts from how well you're accepting yourself and how much you take care of yourself. Self
Yes.
care is more important before somebody else respects you. So if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have a self care, you cannot expect somebody to respect you. So make sure
Yes.
you prioritize your health. If you are having a pimple on your face, I would say immediately go see a doctor. Why do you want for 3, 4 pimples to come?
Mm-hmm.
Even one pimple is a disturbance, is what I would say. So even if it's a
Yes.
mild itching, I would say go find out why you're itching, because you never were itching. So suddenly you're itching. You need to know why you're itching, right? It was out of the
Yes.
blue. It did not itching was not there from birth. You started itching only 3, 4 days back. So you would want to know why am I itching 3, 4 days back? 4 days back I was fine. So you would want to make your health your priority.
Mm-hmm. Ma'am, we have seen that in rainy season, in monsoon also, people faces fungal infection more frequently than in
Yes.
other seasons. So, what's the main reason? Is the wetness the main reason? So the doctor has suggested us many things what we should do and what we should not. We should keep our hygiene properly. We should take many precautions during all the things which are going to happen. We should take care of our skin. We should keep a healthy diet. We should take breakfast on time. We should take our lunch on time. We should take our dinner on time. This is a complete cycle which we have to manage ourselves, and doctor has said that this is our skin. We have to keep our attitude. We have to keep ourselves in front. If we have the confidence of doing or taking
So
ourselves,
sorry.
so we will be able to do, we will be able to respond, we will be able to manage all the things properly. So this is what Dr. Soumya was explaining us. So ma'am, my next question to you is it safe to take antifungals for the long term?
Always see, never take anything long term, because and as you understand, it's a medicine. It is not
Mm-hmm.
something, it is not a nutritional one, it is a medicine. So no
Mm-hmm.
medicine is allowed to be taken for long term. So if you're taking something for long term, that means we are missing a root cause. Okay.
Yes.
So maybe there is a trigger, maybe somebody has some other infection going on inside the skin that is making the fungus replicate frequently. So you need to examine properly and get tested properly. So never take anything long term, because your kidneys and liver is where everything gets digested and comes out. So you wouldn't want to torture those two organs, because those are the organs that keep us alive till the end.
Is any kind of a test or a diagnosis is done for finding the
See,
root
yeah.
cause of
So
this?
for fungal infection, we do scraping to see what kind of fungus is growing. That is one.
Mm-hmm.
And next is we do your complete blood count, your sugar test, thyroid levels, vitamin B12 and vitamin D to see how the immune system is inside.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so these are some tests which Dr. Soumya has told us, which are being done to find out the root cause of the problem of the infection you are facing. Anamika is there with us and she wants to ask, can fungal infection cause permanent skin damage?
Fungal infections do not cause permanent skin damage. The only thing they cause is pigmentation on the skin once it's healed. So that
Mm-hmm.
pigmentation takes time to go away on its own. If it doesn't go away on its own, You have depigmenting treatments available by cream form or chemical peels form, where the skin can be lightened post fungal infections.
Okay, okay. So, Anamika, I hope you must have got the answer. My next question to you, Dr. Soumya, is there a way I can prevent getting ringworm on my feet frequently?
Make sure you wash your socks frequently. Wear cotton socks and make sure they're very thin in layer, not too thick in layer, so that it doesn't make the sweat stay inside. You can use the anti-fungal dusting powder in your shoes or inside your socks, so that you're preventing sweat to get accumulated on your skin and make the fungus replicate.
Okay, so the dusting powder you have said we should take antifungal dusting powder. So, it should be a prescribed dusting powder, or we can take
Absolutely.
normal.
A prescribed dusting powder only.
Yes, it's because we have seen many people see advertisements and they find out some kind of creams or powders and they use it on their own. So, what is your suggestion to them?
It's it's better to consult and find out. See, now you ask me how do I take care of your skin? No. Just like that, come go to a dermatologist and just be like, hey, listen, I'm so and so age. I'm worried about pimples, I'm worried about fungal infections. How do I prevent myself from taking it? A simple consultation, a counseling kind of a thing. Just go for a consultation and just find out how would you want to maintain the existing skin safely.
Mhm. Okay, so how long I do need to take antifungal medicines?
Depends on how many patches you have and how widespread your infection is. It can be
Mhm.
6 weeks, it can be 4 weeks, it can be 2 months also, depending on how widespread it is.
Okay, ma'am, when the fungal infection is on skin or on the hands or somewhere the body parts, which is easily seen, but when it comes to some the parts of the body which females faces more shy in telling the doctor. So at the on that stage, what a person should do, or what you will tell the person to do?
See, there's nothing called shyness because, to be honest, if you're coming to a female doctor or a male doctor, according to where your fungal infection is, without me seeing it, how will I know if it's a fungal infection or not?
Yes.
I don't have X ray vision, right? I wish I had X ray vision. If I had X ray vision, my life would have been like too perfect. No X ray vision.
Yes, so one should not be shy. They should not feel shy in going to the doctor and letting her or him know that what kind of fungal infection you are facing, and after that
Or
only he or
if you're
she will be able to get the
if you're
treatment.
very very shy, if the doctor accepts, you can show them photos also. But your doctor has to accept because sometimes visual diagnosis is much better than picture diagnosis.
Yes, yes, of course, doctor. So we have discussed many such questions. And is there any question which we have not covered and you want to give the answer, which is
See, the
keeping?
only thing is, only awareness I would want to create to everybody is,
Mhm.
see, you wake up early in the morning to brush your teeth. Okay, we do it as a routine. So, and it's a habit for us to do this. So
Mhm.
create a habit where you're hygienically safe. Make sure, just like you brush your teeth every day in the morning, make a habit to take bath 2 times daily. Okay, make a
Mhm.
habit to have a like a general health checkup, so that you keep all your diseases away from you. So when you go for a master checkup, at least yearly once, make sure you're taking care of all your concerns, from your dermatology concerns to your ENT concerns to whatever concerns. Yearly once, a master checkup with your preferable hospital is required to make sure you are keeping a note on your internal status.
Mhm. Okay,
That
so
is the
you
take home
have.
message I would give. Eat healthy, sleep properly. See, everybody has a stressful lifestyle. If you think, oh, that person is happy, you haven't been in their shoes, you don't know what they're going through. So they say
Yes.
never judge a book by its cover. So do not
Mhm.
judge somebody thinking that, oh, their life is happening, my life is happening. First thing we need to understand in life is stop comparing. The more we compare each other, that is when flaws will take place. Be happy with what you have and try to progress in your life. Do not try to compare your life and degrade your life or your lifestyle. Try to
Mhm.
aim for the better in a positive manner, not in a negative manner. So stress is something all of us do tackle in different ways. Just make sure you're healthy, you eat on time, and get at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep per day. Continuous sleep. It's not like I'm sleeping in the morning 4 hours. In the evening, I sleep for 3 hours. So, yes, my 7, 8 hours are done. No, it's not like that.
A continuous cycle should be taken. One of the viewers, Shreya, is asking, is it contagious and life threatening too?
It's not a life threatening condition. It's just an irritating condition. It's cosmetically disgusting to have rashes on your skin. And it is itching. So,
Mhm.
your friends and your family will be like, why are you itching so much? Why is your skin so dry? Why are there so many patches? It is contagious. So you'd want to get it treated early so you don't spread to anybody else and make them suffer with scratching.
Ma'am, we have seen that nowadays sitting job is more, so the people don't go to the washrooms regularly. So sitting for more time can cause the fungal infection or not.
It's not like that. It depends on how much quantity of fungus is there on that commode.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Even in 1 minute you can get it, even in 2 minutes you can get it. But I would avoid direct contact with the commode if possible.
People are using some kind of sprays or some kind of tissue papers, also some kind of
You
wet
can. That's
tissues
good.
to clean
That's
that.
good. I would say please do it. But how much of a protection does it give? We don't know. But we hope that it does give a good protection.
Okay, okay. So thank you so much, Dr. Soumya, for
Thank you,
your
ma'am.
valuable
Thank you so
time
much.
you have
Thank
given us,
you.
and I think that we have you have answered all our questions very
Thank
nicely.
you
We
so
were must
much.
be so happy, and it has been a quite an informative session too for our viewers. We look forward
Thank you
for
so much.
more such awesome sessions in coming time.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a good day. And please take care of your health as a priority. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, ma'am, and thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
viewer, for an excellent participation. For more information and updates on skin health and care, stay connected to on our FB page all about skin well-being. We are also available on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Thank you, everyone, and good day to
Thank
all.
you. Thank you.